reveals his plans to his servants, the prophets.
Seven, I see riots and protests in many nations. The citizens of many countries shall be in disagreement with their government and shall take to the streets. Some of the major reasons shall be unfavorable living standards.
Unrest is growing in China over the country's strict COVID-19 measures. Fresh protests have broken out in major cities, with hundreds rallying at Beijing's elite Tsinghua University, chanting, "We want freedom." Many also holding up blank sheets of paper in a symbolic protest against state censorship. More demonstrations have also been reported in Shanghai following clashes with police overnight. Public anger has flared after a deadly apartment block fire, with many blaming an ongoing lockdown for hampering rescue efforts. Chinese officials have defended their zero-COVID policy despite the growing public backlash.
They've become a symbol of the biggest threat yet to China's leadership. Blank pieces of paper held aloft by protesters, like here in Beijing, a silent rejection of censorship. This rally, just one of dozens that have spread across China. Just hours earlier, huge crowds turned out in Shanghai in a rare defiance of Chinese authorities. Years of pandemic lockdowns have pushed people here to their limit. Hundreds faced down police and called on President Xi Jinping to step down.
The wave of protests sweeping China has reached the streets of Shanghai. In the country's largest city, demonstrators demanding an end to COVID lockdowns and daring to openly call for the resignation of Chinese leader Xi Jinping. Their defiance met with arrests, but it's unclear if police can stop what is now a national outcry. In Xinjiang, authorities in hazmat suits trying to hold their ground against crowds of demonstrators. The spark for the protest, a deadly apartment fire Friday night that killed 10 people, including 3 kids. Videos on social media appearing to show emergency crews slowed down by COVID measures around the high-rise. It took 3 hours to put out the flames. Residents, many of them locked down in Xinjiang for 3 months, were trapped. Xi Jinping has never faced public anger on this scale in his 10 years in power. China's government had tried tweaking zero-COVID rules to help the economy, but with cases now at a record high, they're bearing down once again, crushing hopes of a gradual reopening. In Zhengzhou this week, there were clashes at the Foxconn factory making iPhones. Videos on social media showed crowds of police shoving workers angry about bonus pay and COVID rules at the plant. Foxconn apologized and gave payouts to workers wanting to leave, forcing Apple to warn that iPhone output will take a hit. The future of China's COVID policy now a test of will between the people and the government.
Now, in the last few minutes, NBC News has received videos from an eyewitness in Shanghai showing protesters are once again gathering at the same spot, once again being met by a heavy police presence. So, Willie, this isn't over yet.
Give up!